Honorable Minister Sahab, Ahsan Iqbal Sahab, who has remained our senior, and we have learned a lot from him. Just now I was telling Dr. Najib that when I joined in 1997, Ahsan Iqbal Sahab was running the Vision 2020 program, 2010. I went to, to his office in the cabinet area or somewhere, and a very nice presentation and everything. And then things went haywire. I had a discussion with Sir also, and it could not. And now when he mentioned the day before yesterday at Oxford and around that Vision 2047, 100 years of Pakistan. So it became so attractive for me. 100 years have passed, and where does Pakistan stand? And we should consciously, as a nation, under his leadership, work towards that vision. How to present, how to package Pakistan in a manner that in 2047 it justifies the creation in 1947. So 100 years would have passed. So I think it's a very noble vision, and it is something that this country really needs, and we should all work as a team that we present Pakistan in 2047 as a country which justifies the creation and which people look up to as a developed and progressive country, both in economic sense, and I've been talking to also in social and cultural sense, because it is not just economy is very important, but then the society and culture, we come from very rich culture and society, somehow that is missed in the noise that is created. We're very proud of it, and we're very proud of the Pakistani Britishers' contribution to the British society, which has been happening for the last 140 years, almost from the time when Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah first came to London. That was in the late 1800s. So people have been coming and contributing to the society in the universities, in the think tanks, in the government.
Good afternoon. This might be for the first time that we are talking about science and technology here in the High Commission. So let me share with you the facts and the figure. So next slide, please. Before going to the science and technology, let me introduce myself. From a very humble background, but then actually I did my PhD from University of Cambridge. I got a patent, and based on my entrepreneurial journey, I was awarded an entrepreneurial visa by 𝑬𝒏𝒈𝒂𝒏𝒅. Then I got the executive MBA from Tech Business School, University of Cambridge. I have managed multi-billion business and multi-billion projects. The one was 20 billion by USAID, then it was the University of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and I was the caretaker Minister of Science and Technology at the KP. And now, coming back toward the Pakistan. Next, please. So, our whole plan is not like in silos. This is basically based on the world best innovative ecosystem, and that's the MIT model, where we are talking about 5 components in Uraan Pakistan. And these 5 components are the government, the industry, and then the entrepreneurship, and then basically the university, and then the risk capital. So they are the 5 components, and we are talking about all inclusive. Next, please.
Honorable Professor Ahsan Iqbal, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Faisal, members of Pakistani community, dignitaries, and the young people in audience today. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon to all. I'm Ahmed, as you all know. Back in 2015, like majority of the youth today, I also share the feelings that we as a group were alienated socially, economically, and politically. And space for us to operate was very limited. But someone who cared to dream for us while sketching out Pakistan's Vision 2025 identified putting people first as the first pillar and priority area. I managed to become a beneficiary along with many others under one of the initiatives of Pakistan Vision 2025 then. It is called Young Development Fellowship Program, where we were directly exposed and engaged in country's policy and development processes. That opportunity helped me to go on to lead National Youth Development Program for the country, to go on to work on Pakistan online visa system, through which we transitioned Pakistan's visa system from manual to online, benefiting directly nationals of 192 countries which our visa policy caters. Now those nationals can apply for Pakistan visa directly from the comfort of their homes, increasing tourism and business opportunities for the country. And then I went on to pursue my career dreams that otherwise seemed very unreal, distant, and beyond hope. And today I stand before you not just an official, but a staunch advocate of Uraan Pakistan, giving a call to young Pakistanis inside the country and outside the country in the shape of you young people sitting here today, part of our diaspora. Because Uraan Pakistan is our future, and our future is at stake. Because that same someone has today dreamt again, dreamt that the youth of this country, if engaged, if empowered, if called upon, will and can transform Pakistan. And ladies and gentlemen, that someone is Professor Ahsan Iqbal, the Minister for Planning, Development and Special Mission. But Minister Ahsan, I believe that while it's your job, it's not your absolute responsibility to convince us to become part of this Uraan Pakistan. Why? Because I asked you today here, don't we agree as a group that there is a need to sit together and chalk out the way forward? Don't we agree as a group that Pakistan should earn exports so that a rupee stands tall against the global forex? Don't we agree as a group that Pakistan should become a techno economy? Don't we agree as a group that Pakistan should become climate resilient? Don't we agree as a group that Pakistan needs to transition to clean energy? Don't we agree as a group that Pakistan should have just, equitable development done in an ethical ecosystem which empowers all of us? If we do, and yes, I know that we do, then we need to embrace Uraan Pakistan. Rise above differences, rise above intolerance. We need to coexist, collaborate, and collectively take this country forward. And if you think the same way I do, then please become a part of Uraan Pakistan's 𝑦𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒂𝒏𝒅 movement and make Pakistan great again as envisioned under Uraan Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ahmed sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come that I will request Honorable Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives of Pakistan to please come over podium and share his thoughts about Uraan Pakistan and youth initiatives for overseas Pakistan. Sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable His Excellency High Commissioner Dr. 𝒂𝒓𝒚, distinguished members of Pakistani diaspora in UK, members of Pakistani mission, respected media, journalists. I think I should speak in Urdu because I understand back home, maybe the message.
You can speak in both.
I can be bilingual. So first of all, I would like to thank the High Commission for organizing this event and a very high quality representative group of Pakistani origin diaspora in UK. As you have learned some details about Uraan Pakistan initiative, which was launched by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif on 31st December 2024, let me just say a few things to set the context that why Uraan Pakistan. If we look at Pakistan's trajectory and history, in our history, some people say that we have achieved a lot, and some people tell us that we have achieved nothing. I think there is truth in both the narratives. Because if you compare Pakistan with Pakistan, we deserve a trophy. Because in 1947, we started our journey not from zero baseline, but minus zero baseline. Pakistan was a newly created state. It was burdened with millions of refugees. And regimes do change in countries, but should every regime also change each and every policy? The new government, which was completely inexperienced, almost changed each and every policy that we had started under Vision 2025. The result was those Chinese investments that were supposed to come to Pakistan, they got diverted to Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, because the new regime only knew one mantra, that to call everyone Chor and Daku. So it called us Chor and Daku, and it also called Chinese investors Chor and Daku. So why would any investor invest in your country if you are scandalizing them, if you are making baseless allegations against them for having invested in Pakistan at a time when even our own investors were not willing to invest in Pakistan. So we lost that great moment and opportunity. In 2022, we came back to government, and I want to tell you what are the facts, and they can be checked. We took office on probably 20th or 22nd of April. 1st of April 2022, under previous regime, Finance Ministry refused to release the last quarter of development budget installment, saying that it had no money. This is a bitter pill that we have to swallow. And I must also give credit to the media, which had educated people that what were the circumstances and what were the choices that government was facing. But again, I must say, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif took that heat and stood with courage, and finally Pakistan was able to avert that crisis. So ladies and gentlemen, today after 2 years of hard work and sweat, we are at a point Pakistan is ready for 4th Uraan. Inflation has come down from 38% to less than or close to 4%. The policy rate, which had gone as high as 23%, has come down to 13% and likely to go further down because inflation has gone down to great extent. Similarly, stock market, which had crashed to 30,000 points, is today breaking new records with 115,000 index points, which is showing that investor community is completely supporting and rallying behind the decisions of the government that they are in the right direction. That in 22 years, 2 countries in our region will be celebrating their centennial. Our neighboring country and Pakistan, 2047. And 2 decades just fly like that, because we are now in a digital age where things move with the speed of electron. So we have to ask ourselves that our neighboring country pretty much has a good idea where it will be in 2047. How clear are we that where are we going to be in 2047 in terms of our economy and in terms of our standing in the world? So that is a challenge, I think, that requires a response. Toynbee, who wrote history, was once asked that you have written so many volumes on history, if you were to, and ashamed. And then finally I had to rebut also that, well, you cannot call a leader symbol of liberal democracy who himself loves Taliban, and people know him as Taliban Khan, so are you propagating liberal democracy or Taliban democracy? And then how would you define a leader who has been decreed by Supreme Court to have committed an extra constitutional action of dissolving the parliament unconstitutionally? So military generals did that, but this was for the first time a civilian leader was declared culprit of an extra constitutional act by Supreme Court. And I said, if in UK, any Prime Minister of UK siphoned off £190 million from National Treasury and returned this money to the same guy from whom it was confiscated in money laundering or as a black money. So he returned this money instead of depositing in the national treasury, returned this to the same culprit as white money in his home country. So what would you say? Is this democracy or it is a crime? And then the House decided otherwise. But my point is that we have to get mature. We have to rise above these petty politics, and we have to now think in terms of bigger issues. And these issues are going to define our future and the future of our next generations. The time is not on our side. We have lost 77 years. When you are running a marathon and you are behind in the first 5,000 meters, last 1,000 meters you have to run as a 1,000 meter race with sprint, with full speed. And I think the challenge before us is, we are capable, we can do it, provided we are able to do it with collective competence of the nation. And let me be very clear. Today, there is no single leader, there is no single party, and there is no single institution that can steer Pakistan out of the present crisis. Pakistan can only come out of this crisis through a collaborative effort, through a teamwork, where we can show the power, the positive power of synergy of our nation. And therefore, one of the key elements of Uraan Pakistan that I will share with you is that we want to give ownership of this plan to the people of Pakistan, and particularly the talented diaspora of Pakistan, so that they can also sit with us on the driving seat and help us and help themselves see their country rise in the Committee of Nations as one of the fastest growing economies in Asia. So that gives me hope that, if one of the pillars goes out of line, then you have a chance of a political crisis. So that probably will be a silver lining. And every pillar has learned through their own experience. I think now judiciary realizes that what it did in 2017, it did not hurt Nawaz Sharif, it hurt Pakistan. Pakistan is today paying the price of 27 actions of the judiciary.
And it's a wonderful, wonderful project itself. And �12𝒂𝒓, it will boost our economic corridors there. It will boost income coming into Pakistan and all the export, the trade, the investment itself, and building up our economy. It's a very, very important on that basis. मैं समझता हूँ ये जैसे इन्होंने explain किया, that will certainly boost Pakistan itself up.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
What's your name and how are you related to this project?
My name is 𝒂𝒏𝒅𝒐𝒏, and I'm Special Assistant to the Minister Planning. And Uraan Pakistan is something which is steered at our ministry, at the Ministry of Planning, under the guidance of Minister Planning Professor Ahsan Iqbal and the leadership of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif Saab. And today is a very important day, because today here within amongst the Pakistani diaspora, the Uraan Pakistan plan was presented, and we got a lot of recognition for the plan, and the diaspora is ready and is geared up to become a part of it, because Uraan Pakistan is the need of Pakistan at the moment. The areas it focuses upon: the exports, environment, food security, climate change, equitable development, making it ready to become a techno economy is the need of the hour. So we are hopeful that with the plan in place and with the operationalization strategy that is currently underway in terms of putting together, and through engaging all stakeholders, diaspora, back home, academics, practitioners, people in the corporate sector, private sector, I think if all work together, we can really steer Pakistan towards a better future.
जो आज हमारे फेडरल मिनिस्टर एहसन इकबाल साहब प्रोफेसर साहब यहाँ पे तशरीफ लाए उड़ान पाकिस्तान के हवाले से जो नशिस्त हुई, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि ये एक बड़ा अहसन इकदाम है कि اوورسیز پاکستانی جو ہماری یہاں پہ موجود ہے ہماری کمیونٹی، ان کو پاکستان کے ساتھ جوڑنے کے لیے، خواہ وہ بزنس کے حوالے سے ہو، خواہ وہ ہیلتھ کے حوالے سے ہو، خواہ وہ ٹیکنالوجی کے حوالے سے ہو، ان تمام سیکٹرز میں کام کی بہت ضرورت ہے، بہت زیادہ فقدان ہے. تو جو انہوں نے یہ انیشیٹو لیا ہے، ہم توقع کرتے ہیں کہ اوورسیز کمیونٹی بھی بڑھ چڑھ کر پاکستان کے ساتھ اور سسٹم کے ساتھ تعاون کرے گی، اور ہم پاکستان کی اپنی منسٹری سے، گورنمنٹ سے بھی یہ توقع رکھتے ہیں کہ وہ بھی اوورسیز پاکستانیوں کے ساتھ جو بھی ان کی انویسٹمنٹ کے حوالے سے ہے، یہ جو بھی معاملات ہیں، ان کے بھی جان مال عزت کے تحفظ کو یقینی بنایا جائے گا، اور ان کے جتنے بھی معاملات ہوں گے ان میں ان کی مدد ہوگی. اور ان سے جو اس میں ایک چیز ایڈ کرنا چاہوں گا کہ ہم جس بھی رنگ، مذہب، نسل، برادری، علاقہ، صوبہ سے تعلق رکھتے ہوں، پاکستان اور سب سے لالی پرچم ہمارا جو ہے وہ سب سے مقدم ہے. اور اس میں جو سولیڈیرٹی ود دی انسٹیٹیوشن ہے، جو ہمارے 4 پلرز ہیں، سیکیورٹی فورسز ہیں، اس کے بعد پارلیمنٹ ہے، میڈیا ہے، اور جوڈیشری ہے. ہماری اوورسیز کمیونٹی ان کے شانہ بشانہ کھڑی ہے، اور ہم اپنے ملکی اداروں سے بہت محبت کرتے ہیں.
ہمارے جو فیڈرل منسٹر احسن اقبال صاحب پاکستان سے یہاں پر تشریف لائے، اور انہوں نے ایک اچھا انیشیٹو لیا ہے. جو اوورسیز پاکستانی یہاں پر رہ رہے ہیں ان کے لیے ایک اچھا انہوں نے اقدام کیا ہے کہ ہم یہاں سے پاکستان کو جو ہے پاکستان کے لیے کام کریں، پاکستان کو مضبوط کریں. اور جو انہوں نے انیشیٹو پاکستان میں سٹارٹ کیا ہے اوورسیز پاکستانیوں کے لیے، اور اسپیشلی جو یہ ینگ یوتھ کے لیے انہوں نے جو پروگرام سٹارٹ کیا ہے، اس میں ہم اوورسیز پاکستانی یہاں پر اسپیشلی ان کا خیر مقدم کرتے ہیں. اور انشاءاللہ ہم اپنی طرف سے we will do our best کہ ہم پاکستان کو سپورٹ کریں، پاکستان کو مضبوط کریں، پاکستان کی اکانومی کو، اور ہم پاکستان کے ساتھ کھڑے ہیں، پہلے بھی کھڑے تھے، آج اور ہمیشہ کھڑے رہیں گے. پاکستان زندہ باد.
It was a really good event because they made all the efforts so that people and students from the UK can come together and help the ministry to fulfill their agenda. Basically یہاں پہ ان بچوں کے لیے ہے جو کہ یو کے میں پڑھ رہے ہیں، یو کے میں born and bred ہیں، and we would be able to help and give a positive image of Pakistan abroad. And then also program میں یہ بھی ہے کہ we can go back to Pakistan and intern at the ministry to help them with their development plans and policies, which I think is really important because when you come here, you get engaged. You need to have that connection back home, which this program is providing the opportunity for. At the same time, I'm really impressed by how engaging and how easy it is to connect to the Ministry of Planning, which I've never seen before because nobody ever come to us and to ask us for support. Although ہم سپورٹ کرنا چاہتے ہیں but we never find the right platforms, but from this program we're getting the right platform and we're getting the right exposure, and hopefully from this program onwards we can help these students from home to get better development opportunities.
Thank you so much.
The Uraan Pakistan Program at the end of 2024 last year. And it is actually empowering for us as being an international student. We have gained a huge, tremendous knowledge of skills here studying abroad. And he has just created a pathway for us, for international students to contribute by coming back to Pakistan. And the way the Uraan Pakistan program is opening doorway for us, and it is just pushing us, giving us this right push to actually contribute to Pakistan and being a Pakistani. And we are thankful to Government of Pakistan and Minister Ahsan Iqbal for launching this program for us. Thank you very much.
Okay, once again, what do you do here and what are your future plans after becoming a barrister?
I'm training as a barrister here in London, and when I talk about my future plans, it is actually serving the nation. I'll go back definitely to Pakistan and serve my nation, and basically I look forward to solve and address the women who are facing domestic problems, and I'm running an NGO as well for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
کون یہ نہیں ہلنے والے آگے جانا ہے نہیں نہیں کہہ رہے تھے میں راستہ دیں مجھے نہیں پتا آپ کام کرتے ہیں اچھا اچھا آپ تو ہر جگہ میڈیا کو تھوڑی نا سیلفی آپ نے بھی سیلفی لینی ہے اچھا 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 میں نے کہا ٹائم کر کے سیلفی لینی ہے ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨਾ